I can get up in the morning and have no fear waking up and not saying I don't want to go to work. I love it. My name's Hugh Bigger. I came to Woodside Haulage on the 5th of April 1989, which was a Wednesday. I went up to the office to inquire about a job. I spoke to a guy called Tom Anderson, God rest his soul. And Tom told me to go down and see a guy in the garage called Charlie Crawford. Down and seen Charlie. Charlie took me up the road for a test drive, came back down again, went up and seen Tom. Tom Anderson said to me, "Well, what did he say?" I said, "Well, he didn't say anything, Tom." "That's good. Can you start tomorrow?" "On a 6-week probationary period." I says, "Yes, certainly." I'm now here since 1989 and nobody has come back to me to say my 6-week period is over. So therein lies another story. I came in, the simple reason being I've been doing English work, fridge work, and I had a young family at the time and I wasn't getting home and the job was getting a bit much. It was tiring, and I just went on the off chance to Woodside Haulage that morning. Nobody got into Woodside Haulage, and I mean nobody. It was a closed door and nobody left. Woodside had drivers, we're here 20, 25, 30 years, never left. But it was a case of right time, right place, and it was just lovely. And as I say, I'm here ever since. My father worked in Boyd's quarries all these days, 37 years in Boyd's. I learned to drive actually in the quarry. My father learned me to drive up in the quarry, but loved driving. Always wanted to drive, always. My mother wanted me to be a minister, but that didn't work out. Sorry, mother. But no, I'm in Haulage now and have been for years, a lot of years. Love it. I wouldn't have anything else. I enjoy it. I'm in a job. I can get up in the morning and have no fear waking up and not saying I don't want to go to work. I love it. It was a 4-wheeler Mercedes. The registration was WIA 8115. Sam McKee's old lorry. Sam upgraded to a 6-wheeler Mercedes, and I got Sam's old lorry and had that for many a year. Favourite lorry of the time was a 4-wheeler MAN, super lorry, real comfortable, and would have pulled anything. It was a great pulling lorry. Loved it with a passion. But it's like everything else in Woodsides, the lorries stay for so long, and the upgrade. Since I started, I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This would be my 10th lorry. Yes and no. Yes, that I hoped I would, because I had come off English work and come into Woodsides, and I tell no word of a lie, it was like an office job, considering what I was doing. Doing English work, fridge work, you're eating your breakfast sometimes at midnight, your dinner at 6 in the morning, as we all know, those guys that have done it. No, I came and it's worked out fine for me. Keep your nose clean, as I say, do as you're told, and respect everyone around you, and you'll get on dead on. But changes here is equipment. Thankfully we've been supplied with top of the range lorries, new trailers as and when required. which was a help for back in the day. We had trailers that were called a mega trailer, and they had an aluminium support right down the curtain, and they were brought in to do Michelin work, rubber, out of Michelin, Ballymena to Dundee, and they were a pig of a trailer to open, an absolute pig of a trailer to open. You really needed a rope on it and a guy on a forklift pulling it, but thank goodness them days are gone. Now we have the up-to-date equipment, which is fantastic. Oh, 100%, 100%. My first lorry, as I said, I could be corrected on this, but I don't even think it was a radio on it. That's how basic the lorries we had back then. Driver trainers, excuse me, driver trainer come in. Jim McVeigh actually was a driver, and Jim took up the role of driver trainer. Darren and David and I have taken up the challenge of driver trainers, which, personally speaking, I think is a fantastic asset to the firm and us as drivers. And then since being, he was out with me one particular day and I was on a roundabout, which I've been on hundreds of times thinking I was doing right, but he did point out a thing to me that I was doing, and when I look back on it, I said, yeah, this guy was right. You know, driver trainers are here for a reason. Either you like it, you don't like it, but it's what every company should have. To tell young drivers coming through, especially starting up, you know, the guys in the driver trainer, and you know, they've been there, they've done it. They're just passing on their qualifications to any driver. Well, if a young driver's coming to Woodside Haulage, this applies to any haulage company actually, but specifically Woodside. Obviously the driver trainer will take him out and assess him. My advice to him would be listen to everything he tells you. Always ask advice. If you're not sure, phone call, ring traffic, ring Darren, the driver trainer, or David, and just say, look, should I do it this way? Always ask. Do not be scared to ask. It's free. Advice is free. And you know, you'll not be made a laughing stock. In fact, you'll actually be congratulated for asking rather than doing something that you shouldn't have done. That would be my main pointer to any guy coming in, you know. Traffic is the most important part of the industry. If you have bad planners, you have grumpy drivers. If you have good planners, which we have great lads and a girl, Joanna, a young girl there. We have Phil, we have Andy, Dave, excuse me, and Robin. And to me, they're the best. They're the best about. There's no doubt about it. They know the job. What I will harp back to is Tom Anderson. He's dead and buried. Tom Anderson was that good. He could have told you your third job before you had your first job done. That's how good he was. And if you have planners with that type of mentality, it makes our job easy. And theirs. You know, so good planners, happy drivers.